Hey everyone, how's it going? You had a chance to read this over yet? It is the Biden plan to end our gun violence epidemic. So, if you haven't, I printed this right off his website and we'll talk about it. So, like I said, printed this right off his website, had a chance to read it over. Before we get too much into it, if you like what we're doing here, please think about clicking the little subscribe button down there or giving the video a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. We're going to try to keep getting better for you guys out there. Let's jump right into this. This has got a lot of stuff in it. Kind of hit some highlights, some things that I thought was interesting, some things that I thought might be misrepresented. First of all, it starts off with almost 40,000 people die as a result of firearm injuries every year. I'm one of those people that when you give me numbers, I don't just buy your numbers, I go research myself. And I did, and I found some finalized 2018 numbers that stated there was 39,760 firearm-related deaths in the United States for 2018, which is the most recent concrete data I could find. Of those, 61% were suicides, precious lives taken by their own hand. So, I mean, a life is a life is a life, but people that get into those type of situations where they've fallen far enough down into their depression to take their own life, I don't know that not having a firearm would have stopped them. So it makes me wonder if we have so much a gun epidemic, or if we have a mental health epidemic. So that's the first thing I ran across. But as far as gun laws go, there was a few in here that just kind of startled me. I live in North Carolina, for those of you that might not know, which is a state that we can have large round magazines. I mean, I compete in USPSA matches. I have magazines that hold 24 rounds. I understand there are states like Massachusetts, New York, California, where I do believe 10 is your guys' limit. You can comment below, let me know if I'm wrong on that. But in here, it is said that he is calling these weapons assault rifles or weapons that have high round magazine capacities, weapons of war. That's actually what he's labeled our firearms now, with high round magazines, weapons of war. And he is going to make it illegal to manufacture those anymore. And those of us that have them will either have to sell them back to the government or register them into a federal firearm database. He did not mention anything on here about taxation of this, but I have heard from other articles that that is the next step after we register all our firearms, that we get taxes on them now. So that's one big thing that obviously will affect me being in competition. I guess we'll all go to single stack competition and just shoot 8 rounds. He's going for more adequate background checks. Because I know here in the state of North Carolina, to purchase a pistol, we have to get a permit. Non-COVID times, it takes about 2 weeks to get. Right now, the county I'm in is taking about 4 months to get them to you, which is a little ridiculous. But I don't know. I understand. I think South Carolina, just below us, all you need is a driver's license. That you've been a resident for 30 days and you can get a pistol. So I can understand maybe a more uniformed background check. So I'm not as opposed to that. I mean, as a responsible gun owner, I understand that there's some compromises that need to be made, but some of the stuff doesn't really feel like that. Let's see. The Smart Gun Act, he wants to implement to where 100%. Let's see, put America on a path to ensure that 100% of firearms sold in America are smart guns. If you're not familiar, those are the ones with thumbprint ID to be able to operate the firearm. I don't know how many of you have phones that require your thumbprint to unlock it, but mine doesn't work all the time, and I have to just press harder, it's press lighter. It gives me all kind of little messages telling me what I'm doing wrong. I can't imagine being put in a life and death situation where I need to defend myself or my family and waiting for a fingerprint scanner to work to be able to defend myself. Yeah, sorry, I don't think so. And of course, he's got a lot of things on here about, you know, obviously felons are not allowed to own firearms, but there's things on here about certain misdemeanors preventing you from owning firearms. And just as I read through all this, which, like I said, I'll put a link below so you can read it for yourself, because just like I don't trust when people tell me information, you guys out there should go research for yourself so you better understand, because there'll be a lot of rumors flying around on what he wants to do, what he doesn't want to do. Just be knowledgeable and know what you're talking about with it. And that way when people try to tell you stuff that isn't true, you can defend yourself. But so that's it. There's a lot of information in here. It seems like, from what I've read, that he's leaning towards a lot of little rules that add up together to not a lot of gun ownership. There was one more in there that said that he is going to limit it to where you can only purchase one firearm a month. Now, I understand some people out there might be, well, why would you need to purchase more than one firearm in a month? Well, around here anyway, sometimes the firearm I want isn't always in stock. Sometimes I get multiples of firearms I want in stock at once. I mean, I might buy 2 in 1 month and not buy one for 6 months. I just think that's a right that doesn't need to be infringed upon. So really, this video was just kind of hit some high points and really encourage you guys to go out there, get on this website, read it for yourself, understand if you're a gun owner, what you're up against, and really the only battle we got, guys, is to write your representatives. So let's get to sending up the emails and let them know that we have rights and we plan on having them defended in Congress. Everybody have a great night.
Wait. Before you leave, can you maybe drop a like and subscribe? Bye.